So this is my video on how to do time in French. So we're going to have a look at the 12-hour clock, like 10 o'clock, the 24-hour clock, like 13 o'clock, 1300 hours rather, days a week, months of the year, and seasons. So let's start with the basic 12-hour clock. So, il est 3 heures, il est 5 heures, il est 7 heures. So it's 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. So what's the common feature? Well, hopefully you said il est plus the time. So il est plus the hour and then heure at the end of it. An exception to this is when it's 1 o'clock and it doesn't become pluralized because it's 1 hour literally, whereas these ones are pluralized. Okay, so il est une heure, no pluralization for 1 o'clock. So how do you do 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 2 o'clock? Have a go now, pause it if you like, and then we'll go over the answers. So, il est 8 heures, il est 10 heures, il est 2 heures. Okay. One thing you must know about the pronunciation is that S here and the X in both cases turn to a Z sound before this vowel, which H is a vowel in French. Il est 3 heures. Listen, il est 3 heures. Il est 10 heures. Il est 2 heures. Okay, so a Z sound. Okay, so il est 3h05, 5 past 3. Il est 5h20, it's 20 past 5. Il est 8h10, it's 10 past 8. The common feature here, well, quite simple. Il est plus the hour, plus singular or plural, and just the minutes to give us past the hour. Remember again that il est 1h10. Remember, 1 o'clock is singular, so une heure, not an S on the end of it. Or 10 past 1. So how would we do 12:10? 3:45, this time do 3 and 45 minutes, 7:25 and 9:15. Alors, il est 12h10, il est 3h45, il est 7h25, il est 9h15. Okay, have you got the hang of that? Right, let's keep going. Il est 3h moins 5, it's 5 to 3. Il est 4h moins 20, it's 20 to 4. Il est 2h moins 10, 10h moins 10, it's 10 to 10. So the common feature, well, this time we've got the word moins, which literally means minus, so we use it for to the hour. So it's 3 o'clock minus 5 minutes, 4 o'clock minus the 20 minutes, 10 o'clock minus 10 minutes. So how might we do 10:50, 8:45, 9:35, and 12:50? Okay, pause it now and we'll go over the answers. Okay, so the answers. Il est 11h moins 10, il est 9h moins 15, il est 10h moins 25, il est 1h moins 10. So the last one you have to be careful with because it's 10 to 1 and 1 is singular. All right. Okay, so you just have to think about what hour it's going to, and then how many minutes minus from that top hour it is. So how many minutes to that hour it is. So this is 10 to 11. Quarter to or 15 minutes to 9, okay, 25 minutes to 10, 10 minutes to 1, okay, so just think about it like that. Okay, let's keep going. So other three things that we need: écart, quarter past, et demi, half past, moins le quart, quarter to. So I'll give you an example. Il est 2h30, it's 2:30. Il est 10h moins le quart. So it's quarter to 10. So it's 10 minus the quarter. Okay, il est 10h moins le quart. So how would you do 5:30, 2:15, 8:45, 1:30, and 12:45? So this time just use the 3 at the top here. Okay, pause it now, have a go, and then we'll go over the answers. So, il est 5h30, il est 2h15, il est 9h moins le quart, so remember it's quarter to 9. Il est 1h30, okay, remember it's singular for 1 o'clock. And the last one's 1 o'clock again. Il est 1h moins le quart. Okay, I hope you got those right. Okay, so let's do some practice of all the ones we've done so far. If you're not very sure, go back. Make sure you make notes when you're looking at these videos. And have your numbers out in front of you. Now, there's more than one way of doing these, so have a go. And then we'll go over the answers. Okay, so here are the answers. So, numéro 1. Il est 12h15 ou il est 12h15. il est 6h moins le quart, ou il est 5h45. 3, il est 7h20. 4, il est 1h10. 5, il est 9h25. 6, il est 6h30. 7, il est 11h moins 25. Or you could have said, il est 10h35. 8, il est 11h05. 9, il est 8h12. 10, il est 1h moins 10. Or you could have said, il est 12h45. Okay, I hope you got those right. Let's just keep going. So some other things we need to remember in French, that they don't use AM or PM. So if it's AM, we say du matin. Il est 3h du matin. Il est 5h du matin. Okay, so that'll give you AM. And the part PM would be du soir. Il est 3h du soir. Il est 4h du soir. Okay? Or we could just use a 24-hour clock, which they use quite a lot in French. Another thing to note as well is very useful is using the word at. So à 2h, it's at 2 o'clock, or à 1h, at 1 o'clock, à 10h, at 10 o'clock. To say it is, would use c'est à 2h, c'est à 1h, c'est à 10h. Okay, say you'll see on the next slide. Oh, well, not this slide, but the next slide afterwards, sorry. Right, so 24-hour clock. Il est 3h, we know it's 3 o'clock. And then if we do 13 o'clock, 1300 hours, 13, il est 13h. 14:20, il est 14h20. So it's just like the 12-hour clock. Il est 15h30, 15:30. Remember, we don't have half past or quarter past or quarter to here, or to the hour at all. So the pattern, as I said, is the same, but there's none of this past or to really. So how would you do 18:20, 22:35, 14:50 and 17:13? Pause it now, have a go. Okay, so the answers. Il est 18h20. Il est 22h30. Il est 14h50. Il est 17h13. Okay, hope you got those right. Right, so let's have a look at days of the week. So, telling people it's day of the week. So, lundi, it's Monday. Lundi, on Monday. Le lundi, on Mondays. Or you can say les lundis as well. C'est janvier, it's January. C'est l'été maintenant, it's summer now. So ways in which we can express days, months and seasons. Okay, so let's have a look at these then. Les jours de la semaine. So écoute et répète. Listen and repeat. Écoute et répète. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche, et le week-end, the weekend, or at the weekend, le weekend. Okay. Les mois de l'année, so the months of the year. Écoute et répète. Janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, November, December, and then to mention en février, in February, or mois de février is another way of saying in February, in the month of February, literally. Okay, so there's the months of the year. I just noticed while I was doing this that the circumflex was on the wrong vowel here, so I've moved it so it's on the U. Us teachers are not always perfect, I'm afraid. Okay, so août still pronounces août. We had somebody from Canada once and they pronounce this as août. So you might want to, if you're going to Canada, that might be something you want to think about how to pronounce. Okay, so let's have a look at les saisons de l'année, the seasons of the year. So we've got hiver, winter, printemps, spring, été, summer, automne, autumn. So to say in the spring, we'd say au printemps. But because the others begin with vowels, we say en hiver, en été, en automne. Okay? So hopefully you've got that. Rewind it back if you need to refresh your memory. And hopefully you've got all the months of days a week. If you're one of my students, you could have a look at some of the activities in Moodle to practice these days of the week and months of the year.